So the truth is that we don't know if myalgic encephalomyelitis or chronic fatigue syndrome and long COVID are the same disease. We just don't know yet, but we know enough. And it's important that we learn from the history. And the history is that there are very often complications to an infection. We know that the Epstein-Barr virus or mono leads to ME or CFS. And we know that other infections can do that. So the idea that there could be long-term complications to COVID is certainly grounded in science. We know that from the history that could happen, and we know enough. We know enough now that the similarities between long COVID, what people experience way past the time that they were expected to recover from the initial infection. It looks very similar to our experience with ME/CFS. The fatigue, post-exertion malaise, brain fog, all those things are very, very similar. So it's important that we bring this perspective, and the most important one is to acknowledge that this is a real disease. This is not made up, and to bring this perspective to the community that is struggling with that today is really important. So when we saw that, the numbers continued to rise, and we heard more and more stories about people who don't recover from COVID. We felt it's very, very important. In fact, it's our responsibility as an organization to be part of that and to lead the effort to bring the historical perspective, but also to advocate for research and make sure that we look at what happens. Why do some people not recover while other people do? And make sure that we continue to understand this connection between the initial trigger, the viral infection, and what happens after that. So we were very successful with other organizations to get funding for the NIH. And now it's important that we continue to be part of the effort to guide the research to really make sure that we can answer those questions and understand the connection between COVID-19, long COVID, and ME/CFS. And I think it's clear that not all long COVID is the same. For some people, there's going to be continued damage from the initial infection that may be different from what we would know from our experience in ME/CFS. There may be other things that are different, but it's important that all of us work together to understand that. And this is an opportunity for all of us to work together to correct decades of neglect, both from government organizations, from mainstream, the medical establishment, because for many years ME/CFS was dismissed. And what we see today is that many people are still facing disbelief from their healthcare providers, and some from their own friends and families. So it's important that we recognize that we're facing a real challenge. This is going to impact many of us for a long time to come. And the hope is that we can really use this opportunity. And of course, it's very difficult to use this word opportunity in this tragic situation. But it is the time for us to do the kind of research that will help us understand what happens, devise the right diagnostics, and ultimately understand what are the targets for us to have effective treatments. And if we do that, that would benefit not only the long COVID community, but the ME/CFS community. Our commitment to the ME/CFS community hasn't changed. It's unwavering, and it's bigger than ever. We will continue to fight for you. If you're interested to learn more, go to our website, solveme.org. And you can also learn about the broader group of organizations that are coming together. And you can learn more about that at longcovidalliance.org. Please join us.